Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Hagabai, and welcome back to TNA Road to Redemption. And I know it's been like a week. I am sorry. I apologize, but a lot of shit's been happening. I did record an episode to put up yesterday, but I kind of messed up the recording, so I couldn't use it. So I'm going to start off this episode just letting you guys know what happened. So it started off with the Perfect 10 and Lashley having their contract signing. Perfect 10 talked about how he worked his ass off to get to where he is. He's had his ups, he's had his downs, and he's finally ready to just keep his career on the trajectory going up. And then Lashley came out and said that after all these years, all he does is bitch and moan, and he has nothing to show for it, and nothing's going to change after Victory Road. And then the Helms Dynasty had a random match with Sutter and Grado because, honestly, why not? Just to give them a little bit more of a boost. And then they have their open challenge. The Hardys have their open challenge. And then David Richards and Mike Bennett come out and answer it. And David Richards gets pinned by Matt Hardy whenever Eddie Edwards and Eli Drake come in and make the distraction to cost them the win. Then afterwards, Eli Drake and Eddie Edwards are challenged by David Richards and Mike Bennett to a tag team match at Victory Road. So it's going to be a tag team match between Richards and Bennett and Eli Drake and Eddie Edwards at Victory Road. And then James Storm defeated Moose in a random match. Moose really disappointed me with his rating. So he got like a 34, and I was expecting a lot more, so that kind of hurt. And then the King, another debut promo. He comes out this Sunday at Victory Road. It's going to be his debut. And then the Decay beat the Bromans in a random match. And then there's an angle where Drew Galloway comes out. He has his Grand Championship and a briefcase. He says that he isn't no stupid Grand Champion. He's tired of seeing this belt. It looks disgusting. It's stupid. It doesn't need to be here. He trashes it and pulls out the King of the Mountain Championship. So Drew Galloway is the King of the Mountain Champion. He just completely nullified the Grand Championship, basically because I don't like the title that much. I like the concept, but it's kind of hard to do in terms of TEW, so that's kind of why I wanted to get rid of that pretty badly. So that's out of the way. That's out of the picture. He is now the King of the Mountain Champion. And then EC3 came out and said that if he thinks he's that good, if he thinks that he's really the King of the Mountain, then he should have a match against him at Victory Road. So it's going to be EC3 versus Drew Galloway for the King of the Mountain title at Victory Road. And that's what happened here. And then in the main event, Cody defeated Aaron Rex. It actually got a 74. It was a really impressive match. I was really, really surprised it did that well, but neither of them were on the card. They haven't been on the card since the Fatal 4-Way, so I just kind of threw them in there because, honestly, why not? And then we had Explosion, where DJZ beat Rockstar Spud because why not? Kingston and Bram defeated Moose and Sutter, and Moose and Sutter had excellent chemistry, so I'm going to make them a tag team. Comment suggestions for names. I was thinking Moose Park because he was Pepper Parks, Braxton Sutter was Pepper Parks, and Moose is Moose, and it's like Deer Parks, but you know what I mean? It's like Deer Park, but it's Moose Park. I thought it was pretty clever, mostly because I make puns and hate myself for it, so it's probably going to be Moose Park. If you guys have a better name, let me know. Madison Rain defeated Allie and Laurel Van Ness because why not? And then a hype promo for Lashley versus Perfect 10 played. And then Jay Lethal and Aaron Rex defeated Dalton Castle and Tyrus. So that was just a random match that happened because honestly, I was hoping that at least one of the sides would have had great or excellent chemistry, but they didn't. So it's whatever, it happens. But yeah, so that was Explosion. Nothing really too amazing happened on Explosion. Some storylines were furthered on Impact. So I'm going to book this next episode of Impact, which is going to be the Go Home Show to Victory Road. And I will see you all whenever it's done being booked. Alright guys, and welcome back. We're going to go ahead and start up Impact. And the Broken Hardys come out to open Impact, and Matt says, House Hardy is now 3-0 against our opponents. We have deleted all challengers who have stepped in our path. Tonight shall be no different. Yes! Tonight we want to see the best, whether they come from the Honorable Ring, Japanese Pro Wrestling of New, Mick Mahan's company. We want a challenge. We want to delete! And new music plays as the Hardys look confused, and Sonata and Evil of LIJ come out. So, some guys from Japanese Pro Wrestling of New come out. We got Los Ingobernables de Japón, so that's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy with that. We got some new challengers. It's not just going to be the same TNA guys. I know we got MCMG in there, but, you know, it was kind of just the Bromans and DC. You know what I mean? They just came out, so oh yeah, the Matt Hardy gimmick. Completely forgot about that. I'll get that in the next time we use them. I completely forgot. And about that had decent wrestling, but not much heat. The Broken Hardys defeated LIJ in 11:37 when Broken Matt defeated Sonata with a Twist of Fate and Swanton combo. And they make defense number 4 of their tag titles. Yeah, of course, showed excellent chemistry. 34 and 33. Wasn't expecting much because they're openers. their regular push is openers just because of their overness, so that kind of didn't expect much, but the Hardys are honestly killing it. Like, that's beautiful. Got a 69. I was actually expecting like a 60-ish, so I have no reason to complain. And then Lashley's music hits. He comes to the ring with a mic and says, "This Sunday, the Perfect 10 attends his own funeral. He gets a match against me for this TNA Championship. He will end up just like everyone else who has stepped in a way. He will be dominated." And then the Perfect 10's music hits and he comes down to the ring. And he says, "I'm not like anyone who you have ever faced. Guys that you've conquered, Eric Young, Bobby Roode, I've faced them too. I've heard the stories. I know what you're capable of. The problem is, you don't know how." And then Drew Galloway's music hits and interrupts him. And Galloway says, "The fact that you get a title opportunity handed to you sickens me. I've held that belt, and because of that weasel EC3, I lose my opportunity at that championship. I should kick your head in right now." And then Galloway and Lashley circle the Perfect 10 when EC3's music hits, and he runs to the ring and attacks Galloway, knocking him down, and then Lashley gets out of the ring as EC3 and Perfect 10 stand tall. And then Dixie Carter shows up on the Titantron and says, "I was going to give you the four of you a night off to rest up for Victory Road, but since you're here, tonight's main event will be EC3 and Perfect 10 versus Lashley and Galloway. You better go get ready." So, a star-studded main event in EC3 and the Perfect 10 versus Drew Galloway and Lashley. So it should be a good main event. I hope to God it's a good main event. But not much to say about this. Just a lot of storylines advancing at once. Can't really complain about that happening at any point. Alright guys, so I'm sorry if you hear my dog in the background. She won't stop barking. I try to get her to stop, but she won't, so I'm just going to keep going. And about that, Sub Pro Wrestling in Little Heat, Jade defeated Candice LeRae and Sienna in 8:56 when Jade defeated Sienna by submission with a guillotine choke. And Rosemary was at commentary, so she was just there scouting out her opponents. It was a triple threat match. The three number one contenders are going to have their match this Sunday at Victory Road for the Knockouts title. And then a little hype package plays showing the match this Sunday between Eli Drake and Eddie Edwards versus Davey Richards and Mike Bennett. And then a pro match, DCC1 defeat Moose Park in 11:25 when Bram defeated Braxton Sutter by pinfall with a Velvet Noise. So you can see they have excellent chemistry. Not much to say about this, just a match. Just honestly time filler. Same with this one. And I keep forgetting about this. I keep forgetting this is a thing. But yeah, another filler match, just one of them on the card. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and go right through that. And then this is a number one contendership match for the X Division title for this Sunday. Whoever wins is going to get to face Trevor Lee. And about that, at Sub Pro Wrestling Little Heat, Dalton Castle drew with DJZ in 8:27 following a double DQ when Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee attacked them. So Andrew Everett and Trevor Lee attacked because Trevor Lee didn't want to have an opponent this Sunday, I guess. So he took out both of them. And then after the match, Dixie Carter comes on the screen and says, you two really know how to ruin things. She says, this Sunday, Trevor Lee, you will defend your X Division Championship against both Dalton Castle and DJZ because of this. And you know what? Tonight, up next, you are going to defend your title against Andrew Everett. So, looks like some rips are forming. Dixie Carter's not happy with what Trevor Lee did. Obviously not happy. So, she pretty much sets him up for 2 title matches. And after she makes that, Trevor Lee and Greg Helms are like, what do we do? What's going on? Trevor Lee's like arguing with him, and Andrew Everett's right behind him. And Andrew Everett just grabs him, rolls him up, and wins the X Division title. So Andrew Everett took advantage. He's the new X Division champion. Trevor Lee lost his title. He will get his rematch. He's going to be added into the match on Sunday. So it's going to be Trevor Lee versus Dalton Castle versus DJZ versus Everett for Everett's X Division championship. So Andrew Everett is your new X Division champion. He stole the win, literally stole the win from Trevor Lee, who was just couldn't believe that they were making them have the match, but obviously Everett didn't care and he took advantage. So Everett's the new X Division champion. And in the main event, and about that, a good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, Drew Galloway and Lashley defeated EC3 in Perfect 10 in 22-12, and Lashley defeated EC3 with a spear. So this is something that's beautiful. This is something that probably will never happen, never really amount to anything, but that's good to keep in mind. So Lashley with a 64, Galloway with a 72, 61, and 65. Not bad at all. I'm shocked Perfect 10's putting up this good of numbers. They're improving, so that's pretty good. What got some minuses? Okay, because old. He's getting penalized because he's old. But yeah, that got a 77. That's actually pretty damn impressive. I'm really happy with that. But that's going to end this episode of Impact. I'm going to get back to you guys when I'm done booking Explosion, and I'll see you guys in just a minute. Alright guys, and here we are at Explosion, and Moose Park defeat Aiden O'Shea and Marsh Rocket in 5:48 when Sutter defeats Marsh Rocket with a neck breaker. So just kind of wanted Moose Park to get a win, and I don't really care about them. I think we need more jobbers on the roster. I think that's something I need to do, is get more like enhancement talent and stuff that are actually kind of decent in the ring, because O'Shea as a enhancement talent is not bad, being able to put up 40s. So just wanted them to get a little win because he had negative momentum, and I kind of wanted to change that. Ooh, look at that. Alright, and then Buggy Nova makes her debut and defeats Brooke. I did sign 4 wrestlers just to kind of put on Explosion to help get them a little bit better. Let me know what you guys think about having Explosion as its own like entity, and just keeping like the lower end guys there until they develop into being able to go to the main roster. Just let me know what you guys think about that. So like a cheaper version of NXT, I'd say. And then a hype package for a Perfect 10 versus Lashley this Sunday plays. And then about the Subpar Wrestling and Little Heat, Phoenix defeated Caleb Conley in 8:25 with the Meteor, and Phoenix is one of those guys that I signed. So he put up a 38, Conley put up a 40. Nothing much to say about this, considering it's just pretty much a brand new guy coming in. I don't really want to complain about what he puts up yet. And then Rebby Hardy and Maria Kanellis promote the Knockouts calendar. You got to pick it up. ShopTNA.com. Comes with free autographs or some shit like that they do. And the main event, EC3 defeats Aaron Rex in 17:23 with a Sweet Meat Sizzler. And they have great chemistry. That's something to keep in mind. He was visibly tiring. That's not good. That's not good at all. But you know what? 68 and 66, putting up a 65. I can't complain. Overall, a pretty solid Explosion. So that's going to end this episode. Next episode is going to be Victory Road. So let me know who you want to see the Hardys face next. Who do you want to see me bring in for Explosion? Just even if it's just for a one-match thing, let me know who you want me to even at least give a tryout to. And I will see you all in the next episode. Thank you all for watching. Bye!